Uh, what's going on, YouTube? It's me, it's the Masked Man here today, and I'm doing a review of Last Man Standing. This show is probably my favorite comedy show, sitcom on television right now. Now, no diss to Blackish is probably number two, but I really appreciate what Last Man Standing does. And I am in the second season of Last Man Standing. I'm not sure what episode I'm in, but I'm at the midway point, and I really enjoy what Last Man Standing represents. Even though, when I first heard about the show, starring Tim Allen as Mike Baxter, and Mike has three daughters. And when I heard about a show that was basically Tim Allen with all girls, you know, as children, I thought to myself, okay, this is another one of those attempts to capitalize on nostalgia. They're gonna bring an old concept back from the dead, and they're just going to try to flip it a little bit and make it work. They're going to try to do home improvement with girls, and it's going to suck. But after I saw the show and I saw how they did it, and I saw that they didn't take, you know, a strong male character and just totally emasculate him, but they let him be this strong male characters with other strong women around him. I was, pleasantly surprised. And one of the things that I love, the most about this show, probably more than any other show that I am aware of on television, is it has a a, a right wing perspective. It's a scripted show with the perspective of a bunch of Republicans or a bunch of Tea Party people. It's through their mind's eye. And I don't belong to any political party. I'm an independent. Um I I'm pretty uninterested in politics, the game, as far as belonging to any political party. I'm just interested in, what is best for the black community. That's as much as I care about politics. But as a fan of television, I really like the fact that they have the perspective of somebody who is not, extremely liberal, or is not for everything, isn't supporting everything, that there's something that they're against. And you don't really see, a right wing perspective, put in television. And they put it there, and they give it, they give it an honest, hearing. Now, and they don't even tell you what to think. They just show you a perspective that a lot of times is goes unrecognized on television. It's like, this is a large part of the country, people who identify themselves as right wingers. And you don't really see a lot of things done for those people. You don't see the show, you know, where, people, now they still had, I think they still did a show about guns. And, I'm not exactly sure, but they did a show about guns and not liking guns or something like that. I could be confusing it with the Carmichaels, um, where they were a little against it, but they hunt, So I'm thinking that I got it. I got my shows mixed up, but they give a different perspective, and that's what I want from my entertainment. That's what I want from my art. I want you to show me a lot of different people. I want you to show me people who think in many different ways. And sometimes I want you to show me the thoughts and the opinions of unpopular opinions, or even opinions that may be considered hateful or ignorant. And I want you to give them, make a case for them. Do those opinions and do those thoughts justice before you demonize them. Give them their day in court. And what I love about um Last Man Standing is it's almost like it was intended, or at least promoted initially, as like Tim Allen's new show, and they're all girl, and he has three girl children instead of three boy children, and it's his Home Improvement 2.0. But I actually think, that this is a better show than Home Improvement. That this is an improvement, to the show Home Improvement. And I think that this show may even be like the heir, or the torch from All in the Family is being passed to this show. That this is a show that kind of mirrors, that energy, that that Archie Bunker was, a lovable, racist character. He was what society was starting to see as the villain, or just beginning to see as a villain. And they painted him with some humanity, and they gave him, like, a point, and they put opposition, to his point. They put people who disagreed with his point, Mike Baxter would be Archie Bunker, and Ryan Vogel, who is married to um who is married to Kristen, and has a child with her. He would kind of represent the meathead character. Like, he's this character that's oppositional, who's super liberal, who's for everything, and they butt heads, over what's best for the grandchild, and he doesn't like the meathead character, or Ryan's character. And I feel that it makes for a good dynamic. They also have black people in the show. They have Chuck Larabee and Carol Larabee. And Chuck is in the show pretty frequently, and Carol is not featured that much, which is a shame, because Carol Larabee is played by Erica Alexander, who, in my opinion, is one of the most beautiful, you know, black women. One of I just love how this woman looks. She's just so beautiful to me. She's so gorgeous to me, and I think she's a little out of shape. I ain't gonna lie to you. The days where she played Maxine are kind of, are behind her, but she's still a beautiful woman. She's still a beautiful woman with great energy. Um, and I think that when she is a part of the show, she adds a lot. So I would like to see her featured in the show more. I did find out a little bit about Erica Alexander in real life, and I was going to talk about it, but I feel that I may leave that for a separate video, dealing in other things. But as far as just an actress, and as far as an attractive woman, she really delivers. She is very, very beautiful. I cannot emphasize, dark skinned women are beautiful, and she is a beautiful dark skinned woman, and I love me some Erica Alexander. And I would like to see her do her own show. I would like to see her drop like 10 or 20 pounds in that gut, that midsection, and just kill it. Just kill it, man. But all in all, I would say that Last Man Standing is must see. If you haven't seen Last Man Standing, if you don't know anything about Last Man Standing, if you like comedy, it's must see. I think this is the kind of show that is really necessary. That it's just something that is not given all the time. It's a disruption of this extremely, liberal, coverage. And I'm not against liberal. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a conservative. I'm none of that. I'm independent. I'm on my own. I just like to see different ideas represented. I just like to see different ideas done justice and treated fairly, and different opinions, and even opposing opinions treated fairly and treated with respect. And I don't see that a lot in television. And I think at a time especially in the time we're in, and especially in the day that we're in, that a show like that has never been more necessary. It's never been more needed. So if anybody doesn't know about the television show Last Man Standing, I think that that's a must-watch show. You must go see that. You must check it out. It just really hits the major points. It's not perfect. It has certain issues. It has certain small problems, but the ultimately what the show is about, and ultimately what the show talks about, and what the show deals about, more than makes up for any issues and any problems that the show may have. So I encourage everybody to go out and watch that. And that is the end of my review on Last Man Standing. Let me know what you think of Last Man Standing. Did you agree with my review? Tell me how I did. Did you like my review? Could you make it through all of it? Is it too long? Should I make them shorter? How long should a review on a television show, series, a whole first half of a season last? Did you want me to talk about more specific things from the show, more incidents or episodes in the actual show? Did you want me to talk about the characters more? Let me know in the comments. As always, like the video, dislike the video. Be honest. Don't just like it if you didn't. Don't dislike it just because you're a hater. Subscribe to my channel. Become a part of my network. I'm trying to have an interactive relationship, and I'm trying to have real conversations. I may talk about television and movies, but I talk about them in a real way. I talk about the ideas that they present. I talk about the concepts that they're trying to convey, and the situations they're in, and how I feel about the subjects that they're talking about. I'm a little different from what other people do, but I am still learning, and you can help me with that process. Tell your friends. You can email me at Mr. Man. You can email me at Mr. Mans with an S business at gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter at the Mr. Man on Twitter. That's all I have to say in this video, and I will see you in the next video.